Hey tribe, don't forget to join me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. There's a lot going on over there as well. When I made Why Studying in India Sucks, at that point I knew that this video would be the sequel to it. When I put a video together, there is a good mix of research and my opinion that goes into it. And that's the crux of a channel like WACK. I want this to be a knowledge sharing platform, an open platform for discussion where you can openly come and discuss what it is that you are feeling. And that's why in this video, which is what I think that schools in India really should be teaching, I want you to also come forth and express your opinions in the comment section below. Traditionally, education throughout the world has always focused on the 3 R's. Now, I'm an old school person and I honestly believe that reading and writing is something that we should never take away from the youth. Yes, we have computers and we all do a lot of typing in today's day and age, and they allow us to do a lot of arithmetic calculations, but writing and reading, those will always hold a very strong position. But with the kind of technological innovations that are taking place, are the 3 R's enough to equip our kids to deal with the world? What about life lessons? Learning how to just deal with what life has to throw in your direction. Learning how to deal with winning, losing, ego. How to handle yourself in a stressful situation. How to unwind, or more importantly, how to just do nothing. Time management, money management, there are so many things that one needs to learn and focus on. The Pearson's report, the 2014 edition of the Learning Curve, has gone and listed some 8 skills that one needs to be teaching our children in the 21st century. What I've done is that I've made a little mixed bag, a few of those, and I've added some of mine. Digital literacy. Yes, today a lot of schools are teaching children how to use computers, tablets and laptops. But I think what we also need to do is teach it to them in such a way that it becomes what is called as lifelong learning. How about teaching our children how to use apps, how to make apps, and also to foster your imagination in such a way that it can move along with the technological advancements that are taking place. Coding. Today, that is something that is very important, and I also believe that in the future, every single occupation will involve a certain amount of coding. Spirituality and technology, for me, both of these are actually very connected, and I wish that someone had taught me meditation at a very young age. Now, the concept I'm about to explain, it might seem a little far-fetched for us Indians, for the only reason that a number of us have had a beating by the hands of some teacher or professor. But there is a school, an elementary school in Baltimore that is called as the Robert Coleman School. And over there, they have gone and replaced punishment with meditation. Students are taught to sit down and understand and reflect on what it is that they have done wrong. And then they are taken through half an hour of meditation. Now imagine if all the schools all over the world started using meditation as a tool at a very young age, then from the years to come, we would have a generation of individuals who are positive, patient, mature, and know exactly how to deal with stress in any kind of situation. And that brings me to the next one, emotional intelligence. Today, we are a generation that is so vocal and expressive. And after all, we have so many different platforms where we can do just that. But sometimes on these platforms, you'll see a comment and it seems really bizarre and you're not really sure where this person is coming from. I think a skill set like this would allow that person to have a better perspective and understand on how to deal with anything that comes your way. Communication. Now, I always felt that in school, it was like this one-sided conversation that was taking place with my teachers. Students keep quiet. That is something our teachers would say very often. There seems to be a big focus on reading and listening to lectures, especially in schools. I'm not talking about colleges over here. But maybe we should also start encouraging a conversation, a discussion of ideas, teaching children to listen non-judgmentally and also listen and argue a conversation out. Just like they do in Tibetan Buddhism, where students of Tibetan Buddhism are taught to argue both sides of the case. Even presentation. Now this is something that will not only help children who are very shy to put their thoughts together and communicate it very well, but this is an ability that each and every one of us needs, no matter what profession it is that we decide to take in the future. Our education system is so information heavy that there is absolutely no focus on the arts or any kind of creativity? Or how about even just teaching us the basics like wiring, carpentry, electronics? Because we are a culture that is so heavily dependent on others to do these things for us, and scientifically, these activities can also trigger different parts of your brain. Global citizenship. So what do I mean by something like that? I feel like the sooner the younger generation starts realizing that they are not just citizens of a particular country, but they are citizens of this planet, then they will start having a more conservative attitude towards the planet. That would give you a broader outlook, a sense of responsibility towards the planet. A good example of something like this is that they found that when students were taken away from the classroom for a while and made to engage in gardening or growing their own food, those students felt more connected and empathized with the planet. Now please understand that with all these points, I'm not trying to debunk like the crux of our education system. Geography is important. History is equally important. We need to understand where we came from, but at the same time, we should also understand where we are going. 65% of our population is under the age group of 35. And by 2025, India is going to have the world's largest workforce. This is a workforce that will be running our country. So let's make sure that we give them a strong education system, a system that has maybe a good mix of modern and traditional techniques. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. I'm sure everyone is going to have a lot of thoughts. Cannot wait for that conversation to start with everyone in the tribe. Till then, like this video, share this video, and of course, subscribe and help increase the tribe. I'll catch you again soon. Ciao.